2 minutes before the start of the race.
All right, race number 1 coming up right now. Stock spec 13.5. B Main going off in that number 1 spot with BQ. Katie Smith. We need to get George Morello to check in, Brian Letteridge to check in, Bill Osborne to check in, Travis Russell to check in, Phil Marabella, Tom Bonanno to check in. Who is it? Yes, he's already checked in. Looking for Bill Osborne to check in, Travis Russell to check in, and Tom Bonanno to check in. That's the only guys that need checked in. Osborne, Travis, Tom Bonanno.
Attention racers, you have 1 minute before the start of the race.
Thank you. Starting off with the number 1 spot, BQ himself, Katie Smith, going off in that 2nd position. George Moreira in that 3rd spot. Brian Letteridge in 4th. Bill Osborne in 5th. Travis Russell in 6th. Phil Marabella in 7th. Walter Stuber in 8th. Steve Nelson in 9th. Tom Bonanno going off in that 10th spot. Eric Salvas going off in 10th. Have him hold the trophy. I don't know. All right, I need some volunteer turn marshals. I need 2 people in the infield. All 4 corners covered. I need someone on that back straightaway. I want someone on the outside of the back straightaway. Outside of the back straightaway. You see where Gene's at right now? I want somebody standing out there. 2 guys in the infield. Someone on the outside of the back straightaway. Yeah, no outside tones, no outside flashes. You will be asked to leave. I'm going to fix this myself, but I'm going to start it right now. Excuse me. I need someone standing right there. Thank you.
That's what you want.
Thank you. After 5 years of being here, you see. Oopsie. Here we go. How you doing? Guys good? Here we go. Drivers ready? Good luck. On this tone. Watch it going on 2. Low Q2. Low Q2. Osborne in that lead spot. Letteridge in 2nd. Russell in 3rd. Marabella in that 4th spot. Bill Osborne works his way through turns 1 and 2. Now on the back straightaway. Letteridge in that 2nd spot. Travis Russell in 3rd. There goes Osborne. 3 turns, 3 and 4 again. Osborne lead. Russell in 2nd. Marabella in 3rd. Letteridge in 4th. Eric Salvas in 5th, followed by Tom Bonanno in that 6th spot. Caution 2-2. Bill Osborne into number 13. Work his way through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Brian Letteridge in that 2nd spot. Eric Salvas in 3rd. Tom Bonanno in 4th, followed by Marabella, Russell, Morella, Smith, and Nelson. 1 down, 3 to go, drivers. 1 down, 3 to go. Bill Osborne way out in the lead. Brian Letteridge in that 2nd spot in the orange. followed by Eric Salvas in third in the 51. Tom Madonna in fourth in the 82. Phil Mirabella in the 10 in that fifth spot, followed by George Morales in sixth, Travis in seventh, Kenny Smith in eighth, Steve Nelson in that ninth spot. Osborne in that lead position. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Brian Letteridge in that second spot. Eric Salvas in third. Tom Madonna in fourth. Phil Mirabella in fifth. Caution down the back straightaway. It's clear. So Osborne, Letteridge. Caution going into turn 2. Osborne lead. Letteridge in second. Salvas in third. Tom Madonna in that fourth spot. George Barrow in fifth. Kenny Smith in sixth. Phil Mirabella in that seventh spot, followed by Travis and Steve Nelson. 2 down, 2 to go, drivers. 2 down and 2 to go. Here comes Bill Osborne. Rip Motorsports. 2 turns, 1 and 2, and down the back straightaway. Here in the B main of Stock Spec 13.5, sponsored by C&M Motorsports. Osborne, Letteridge, Salvas, Panano, Morera in fifth. Smith in sixth. Mirabella in seventh. Russell in eighth. Steve Nelson in ninth. Bill Osborne with a big jump on the field. Coming down to 1:30 to go, drivers. 1:30 to go. It's still Osborne, Letteridge, Salvas, followed by Panano and Morera. Bill Osborne. Pick him up. 2 to strike, cross and down 2 turns, 3 and 4. Osborne in that lead. Letteridge in second. Salvas in third. Panano in fourth. Osborne, Letteridge, Salvas, and Padano. Morera in that fifth spot. Kenny Smith in sixth. Mirabella in seventh. Russell in eighth. Steve Nelson in ninth. Bill Osborne, less than 50 seconds left to go, trying to bump himself up in that A main of Stock Spec 13.5. Osborne in that lead spot. Letteridge in second. Salvas in third. Padano in fourth. Morera in fifth. Smith in that sixth spot. Mirabella in seventh. Russell in eighth. Nelson in ninth. 35 seconds left to go. Bill Osborne to turn number 2 right now, and down the back straightaway in the lead spot. Brian Letteridge in second. Salvas in third. Tom Madonna in fourth. Morera in fifth, followed by Smith, Mirabella, Russell, and Nelson. 17 seconds left to go on the clock. Making some moves in the inside there. It's Osborne, Letteridge, Salvas, and Padano. 5 seconds left to go. Still Osborne in the lead. Letteridge in second. Salvas in third. Morera in fourth. Tom Madonna back to fifth. And it's going to be race the wire and finish lap you're on. Race the wire and finish lap you're on. Bill Osborne taking the win. Brian Letteridge finished up second. Eric Salvas third. George Barrow fourth. Tom Madonna fifth. Kenny Smith, Phil Mirabella, Travis Russell finished up in that 8th spot. Steve Nelson ninth. Good run for Bill Osborne.
Well, to start off, bump and run. To start off, bump and run Saturday here of the 2014 Snowbird Nationals presented by A-Main Hobbies, Bill Osborne. It sounded pretty rugged there that first 30 seconds, but man, you jumped out and you were gone.
Yeah. And, you know, you got to be patient, look for a hole, jump it, and hold on for the rest of the race. A lot of these are not as clean as you want, but, you know, now we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
Did you start getting worried as you started to catch traffic in that last minute?
No, I had a pretty big cushion. I wanted to push it. I knew where second was. So, stay in your zone.
You're going to the A-Main tomorrow afternoon in the Snowbird Nationals. Congratulations to Bill Osborne, your winner of the first Bump and Run Saturday B-Main.
Gentlemen, before you leave tonight, make sure that you pick up your trophies that are set over there on the table. Bill Osborne, don't forget your BQ screwed. So finishing order is Osborne with the win, Letteridge in second, Eric Salvas third, George Morera finished up fourth, followed by Kenny Smith fifth, Tom Badano sixth, Mirabella seventh, Russell eighth, Steve Nelson ninth, and Walter Stubert 10th. So Osborne, Letteridge, and Salvas pick up your trophies. BQ is one of those on the yes. Yeah, just go over and grab it for that class. You'll see a name on it, plus what it is. All right, gentlemen, let's run them through the loop. Two. All right, there's Shark. Hang on. I need someone on the back straightaway. It's already sitting over there probably. There. Out of those 10 drivers just raced, I need one of you guys on the back stretch. Saturday Night Racing Legends. Bill Haggerty will get the hat. Bill Haggerty is number 1. BQ Screwed, the 10th position holder. Bill Haggerty gets the hat. I don't know. Only here at the Snowbird, Saturday night special. Wait till you see the Saturday night figure 8. That's going to be better, even 2. Thank you, Tin Man. All right, here we go. 20 years achievement of the Bowlink Legends. Right here at the 20-year achievement of the Snowbird Nationals. All right, quiet. Shh. Here we go. Drivers ready. Good luck. Next on here will be a start of your Legends B-Main. They made the first turn. Bill Haggerty in the lead spot. Bill Fraden. Oh, Paul M. moves up into second position. Bill Haggerty lead. Paul M. in second. Ron Thomas in third. Jack Wickman in fourth. Bill Fraden in fifth. Followed by Wickman. Frank Papello in that 6th spot. Wyatt in that 7th. Sean Schmidt in 8th. Sean Pesco in 9th. And Matt Shark in that 10th spot. Tried to pick up that leader, Bill Haggerty. Haggerty in that lead position. There goes Paul now taking over lead. Paul in the green and black down the back straightaway now, working his way in 2 turns, 1 and 3 and 4. Now coming through 1 and 2 is our leader. Paul on the lead. Bill Haggerty in that 2nd spot, trying to chase him down. Paul again in the green and black. Caution to turn number 2 is the leader. Bill Haggerty in 2nd. Ron Thomas in 3rd. Paul down the front across the stripe in that lead spot. Bill Haggerty in 2nd. Ron Thomas in that 3rd spot. Frank Papello in 3rd now. Ron Thomas in 4th. Sean in 5th. Jack Wickman in 6th. Paul working his way through turns 1 and 2. Again down the back straightaway. The green fenders on that one in that lead spot. Bill Haggerty in 2nd. Ron Thomas in 3rd. Frank Papello in 4th. Paul driving the wheels off that bowling. Gets hung up with a back marker back there. And here comes Paul again. Haggerty in 2nd. Ron Thomas in 3rd. Well, Frank Papello in that 4th spot. Sean Pesco in 5th. Jack in 6th. Wyatt in 7th. Sean Schmidt in 8th. We got Shark in 9th and Bill Fraden showing in 10th. Ooh, pick up Paul. There goes the leader over the wall. Leader is over the wall. Bill Haggerty in that lead spot now. Paul back to 2nd. Ron Thomas in 3rd. Haggerty in the lead. Pick up Haggerty, work his way down the backside. Haggerty in the red. Number 7 following Ron Thomas, the 3rd place driver. Haggerty in the lead. Paul in 2nd. Ron Thomas in 3rd. With a minute 25 to go, drivers. Minute 25 to go. There goes Haggerty. Down the front straight with caution turn number 2. Haggerty down the back. Bill Haggerty in that lead spot. Paul in 2nd. Ron Thomas in 3rd. Frank Papello in that 4th spot. Sean in 5th. Coming up on a 1 minute mark. Bill Haggerty
1 minute to go.
in that lead position. Bill Haggerty in that mess right there. He's the red number 7. He's having some problems with it. Yeah, looks like it's bouncing around. Caution 2, turn 2. Low through 2. It's Haggerty, followed by Paul, Ron Thomas, Frank Papello, and Sean Pesco. 37 seconds left to go. Paul bounced around. He got 7. He got the leader, got tied up, and he's upside down. That was Bill Haggerty. Paul M takes over the lead again. Paul in the green, down the back straightaway. Paul in that lead spot. Frank Papello moves up in a second now. Ron Thomas in third. Frank Papello in a 00. The green and black number 12 right there is Paul. Frank Papello is a 00. In the blue, the race right there for the leader is. They worked their way around, 2 seconds to go. Paul still in the lead spot. Racing for the lead down the back straightaway. Here they go. Oh my goodness, that was close. Paul taking the win. Frank Papello finished up second. Ron Thomas third. Bill Haggerty finished up fourth. Sean Pesco fifth. Jack Wickman sixth, followed by Wyatt, Schmidt, Bergens, and Fraden.
Well, it's been 20 years.
Was right there, yes.
Been 20 years of racing in the Snowbird Nationals, and it's also been 20 years
here. It should be up there.
of Racing Legends. The 20th anniversary of RC Legends. Rick and Linda Jordan here with us this evening. Been down here the past couple of races. These cars you just saw have not changed in 20 years. Same exact design, same fun. Paul. Congratulations, you're going to the A-Main. You got a chance at the certificate.
Names in, we have that.
That'll be awarded tomorrow in the A-Main for the Legends, the RJ Speed Legends.
Thank you very much.
How did you survive that carnage?
Pure luck.
It's amazing what you can do with your eyes closed.
Absolutely.
Paul, congratulations. Great race out there. Look forward to another round tomorrow in the A-Main in the 2014 Snowbird Nationals presented by A-Main Hobbies.
Attention racers, you have 2 minutes before the start of the race.
All right, let's not forget Bill Haggerty. Don't forget your BQ trophy over there. Paul M., Frank Papello, and Ron Thomas. Don't forget your first, second, and third place trophies also. Let's run them through the loop, guys. Mitchell Weist is our BQ. Run them through the loop, Mitchell. Let's check them in, gentlemen. Check them in. Looking for Brian Klamer. There goes Frank. Steve Jones is checked in. Robert Trask is checked in. John Grubb. Looking for John Grubb to check in. John Grubb.
Attention racers, you have 1 minute before the start of the race.
Looking for Steve Padano to check in. Derek Robbins to check in. And John Grubb. Who? Derek's out. Okay, thank you.
Turn marshal, please take your position.
All right, starting order is Mitchell Weist going off in the number 1 spot. Brian Klamer going off in the number 2. Arnold Britton going off in number 3. Steve Madonna going off in number 4. Derek's no, he's scratched. Steve Jones going off in number 5 spot. Brent Patty going off in the number 6 position. John Grubb going off in the number 7 spot. Frank Valentino going off in the number 8 position. Robert Trask going off in 10th. Or 9th, I'm sorry, 9th. I need a volunteer turn marshal for the back straightaway wall. Outside wall. I need a turn marshal on the outside wall, please. Turn marshal on the outside wall. Outside back straightaway. Yeah, scoot the pizza boxes out of the way so you don't step in them. All right, here we go. Bill Fraden, you have to sit down or move. Here we go. Drivers ready, good luck. Next on the hill, but out. Your outlaw truck beaming. And rough. Mitchell Witz in that lead position. Caution out, turn number 2. Caution 2-2. Caution on the back straightaway. That's why I have a turn marshal out there. Mitchell West in that lead spot. Steve Jones in second. Frank Valentino in that third position, followed by John Grubb in fourth. Robert Trask in fifth. Brent Patty in sixth. Claimer in seventh. Britton in eighth. Steve Madonna in that ninth spot. Mitchell West in that lead spot. Pick him up. Work his way through turn number 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. Here comes Mitchell in the black and red. Number 14 is Wiest. Steve Jones in that second spot. Frank Valentino in third. Wiest on the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Across the stripe. Caution on turn number 4. It's clear. 3 wide through turn 1 and 2. These guys are crazy. Wiest in that lead spot. Jones in second. Valentino in third. Brent Patty in fourth. Followed by John Grubb in fifth. Trouble down the front straightaway, load on the front, load on the front, load on the front. It's clear. Leader, caution 2, turn number 2. That body's all messed up. Leader is Wiest again. The black and orange, black and red number 14, working his way through turns 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. Wiest in the lead. Jones in second. Valentino in that third spot. Leader breaking away. Caution going into 2. That was clear. Wiest in the lead, Jones in second, Valentino in third, Brent Patty in fourth, Brian Claimer in that fifth spot. 2:29 to go, drivers, 2:29 to go, and the leader is out of turn number 4 across the stripe. Mitchell Wiest in that lead spot. Chasing down John Grubb. Grubb pulls it in. It's Wiest, Jones, Valentino. Somebody got stuffed off the wall. Low going into 1, drivers, low into 1, low into 1, low into 1. It's clear. Still Wiest in the lead, Jones in second, Claimer in third, Brent Patty in fourth, Frank Valentino in that fifth spot. Mitchell trying to work his way into the A main tomorrow. That's the red and black 14 through turns 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. Steve Jones in that second spot, Brian Claimer in third, Brent Patty in fourth, Frank Valentino in that sixth position. Caution going into turn number 3. We got 1 upside down going into 3. It's clear. Mitchell Wiest in that lead position. Steve Jones in second. Wiest through turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Steve Jones is closing on it, but he's a lap down. He's got to get the lap back first. It's Wiest in the lead. Claimer in second now. Patty in third. Jones in fourth. Minute 24 to go, drivers. Minute 24 to go. Still Wiest in the lead. Claimer in second. Patty in third. Britton in fourth. Jones in fifth. Trask in that sixth spot. Red and black is Mitchell Wiest in the 14. Claimer in that second spot. Brent Patty in third. Arnold Britton in that fourth spot. Pick up our leader through turn number 3 and 4. Wiest again in the black, number 14 in that lead position. Brian Claimer in that second spot. Pick up Claimer, work his way out of turn number 4. Now through turn 1 and 2 into 67 is Claimer. Brent Patty in the 48 lows in that third spot. So it's Wiest, Claimer, and Patty running 1, 2, and 3 with 35 seconds left to go. 61, 4:02 pace. Wiest with a 4-1. Brian Claimer with a 4-0 trying to close on him, but he's also lapped, almost 2 laps down. Wiest, black and red, number 14 in that lead spot. Brent Patty in third. Arnold Britton in fourth. Robert Trask in fifth. Trasky trying to work himself in the A main. Did real good today. Finishing up where he's going to finish up with 10 seconds left to go. Wiest in the lead, Claimer in second, Patty in third, Britton in fourth, Trask in that fifth spot. Leader down the back through turn number 3. through turn number 2, and he's going to run to the wire right now. Mitchell Weiss taking a win here in the B main of Outlaw Truck and our BQ Screw.
Well, after that one, I think Mitchell Weiss is probably going to have to rebuild the whole truck. Brutal here in B-main action for Outlaw Truck.
Mitchell Weiss. W-E-I-S-T.
Razor, you have 2 minutes before the start of the race.
Yeah.
Mitchell Weiss. Has your heart slowed down any yet?
No.
Are you excited to go to the A-main tomorrow?
Absolutely.
What a race. What carnage. Your truck looks pretty good for all the noise we heard out there, all the flexing of the Lexan.
Yeah, it was good. So I just want to thank Hyperdrive and B&B Engineering.
Fantastic race out there. Had one comment behind me was, I thought the figure eights were later.
Yeah, that's about right out there.
Mitchell, congratulations. Great run. We'll see him tomorrow in the A-Main in the 2014 edition of the Snowbird Nationals presented by A-Main Hobbies.
All right, I need a check-in from Steve Miller, Bill Mellicote, Mike Bush, Terry Zinzer. All right, a BQ Screwed Award winner is going to go to Mr. Nick Bell. Nick Bell, I think this is the second time he's gotten that one, if I remember right. This is the second time, or is this the third? This will be the second one you've got. Okay, second one. Starting off number 1 spot, Nick Bell going off number 1. Steve the Rocket Miller going off that second position. Jason Hastings, Mr. Spur Gear Eater himself, going off in 3rd. In that 4th position, Bill Mellicote going off in 4th. Mike Bush going off in 5th. Chris Simpson going off in 6th. Kyle Inman going off in 7th. Terry Zinzer going off in 8th. Troy Meredith going off in 9th. Daryl Barth going off in 10th. Again, gentlemen, I need a turn marshal on the backstretch. You found out the last race why. I need a driver from that last race to turn marshal on the back straightaway, and I need another one in the infield. No, I'm trying. I know. I'm trying. All right, Weist, Claimer, Patty, Britton, Trask, Jones, Valentino, Grubb, Steve Bonanno, and Derek Robbins were those 10 drivers. Thanks, Brett. I need someone on the back straightaway, the middle of the back stretch. Thanks, Steve Bonanno. All right, here we go. Drivers ready? Good luck. Next sound you hear will be start of your 10.5 modified B-Main. Nick Bell in the lead. Steve Miller in second. Bill Mellicote in that 3rd spot. Simpson in 4th. Followed in caution out turn 2. Low to 2. It's clear. Miller, Bell, Simpson, Inman, Zinzer. Followed by Meredith, Barth, Hastings, Mellicote, and Bush. They're trying to plant them over here. Steve, the Rocket Mill in the red number 8. Down the back straightaway, 2 turns, 3 and 4 is the leader. Nick Bell in the red number 39 in that 2nd spot. No, Bell has changed to a black 39 in that 2nd spot. Chris Simpson in 3rd. Kyle Inman in 4th. Jason Hastings in 5th. Meredith in 6th. Zinzer in 7th, followed by Barth and Mellicote. It's Miller, Bell, Simpson, top 3. Miller works his way through turn number 2, down the back straight again. That red number 3 working on a back marker. Well, back marker is Jason Hastings back in that 5th spot in the 29. Miller through 4, working on Hastings through 1 and 2. See if Hastings is going to let him by. Nick Bell in that second spot. Again, the black number 39 through turns 3 and 4. Now through turns 1 and 2 goes Bell. Chris Simpson in the white, or in actually now Chris is in the color. Is that one? That's the red and blue number 5. It's Chris Simpson in that third spot. So it's Miller in the red 8. Nick Bell in the 39. Simpson in the 5. Kyle Inman in that 4th spot. Hastings in 5th. Meredith in 6th. Terry Zinser in that 7th spot. Daryl Barth in 8th. Mellicote in 9th off the track. And so is Bush. Nice pass right there. Chris Simpson and Nick Bell. Bell's running a little faster than Simpson. It's Miller in the lead. Simpson in second. Bell in that third spot. Steve the Rocket Miller is trying to work himself up into the A main of 10.5 modified. He's got a clean run right now at the halfway mark. It's Miller in that lead spot. Simpson in second. Nick Bell in third. Kyle Inman in that fourth spot. Hastings in 5th. Miller sees Hastings again in front of him through turn number 4. It's Miller, Simpson, Bell, Inman, Hastings, Meredith, Barth, Zinser, and Mellicote. The red number 8 of Steve the Rocket Miller out of 4 across the loop in that lead spot. Go back to Simpson and Bell. Simpson pulling away from Bell now in the 29. Simpson in the 5. Bell in the 39. I'm sorry. Inman in that 4th spot. Jason Hastings in the 29. Miller with a 3.6. Simpson with a 3.7. Bell with a 3.7. Inman with a 3.7. Pick up the Rocket Miller with 1 minute to go. Caution out of 4. It's clear.
1 minute to go.
Miller 3.7, Simpson 3.7, Bell 3.7. Miller still looking at the backside of Jason Hastings. Got plenty of time to go because Chris Simpson is about a half a lap back. It's Miller in the lead, Simpson in second, Nick Bell in third, Jason Hastings in that 4th spot. Miller working on the backside, gets by that back marker. Still sees Jason Hastings in front of him. 30 seconds left to go. Miller in the red number 8. Simpson in that second spot. Nick Bell in third. Hastings in 4th. Terry Zinser up to 5th now. Daryl Barth in 6th. Craig Meredith in 7th. Kyle Inman in 8th. Bill Mellicote in that 9th spot. 15 seconds left to go. The Rocket Miller in that lead on a good jump in front of Chris Simpson, followed by Nick Bell. 6 seconds left to go. Pick up the Miller man, the Rocket out of 4 right now. Works his way through turns 1 and 2. Makes his turn out of turn number 4. Brings it across stripe for the win. The Rocket Miller, will move himself up into that A meet of 10.5 modified. So Miller with the win. Simpson finished up in that second spot. Nick Bell in third. And let's not forget Nick Bell with BQ. It's Miller, Simpson, and Bell, but Nick Bell will take BQ.
Outstanding run, Steve.
Thank you very much. I'd like to say a few words for my girl at home who's suffering with health, and I was lucky enough to be able to come here. Can't say enough about my friends at KSG. I've changed car companies, but it was for needs, but I love my KSG family as well as the DI family in the back room. And working with Roman was great this week, and I'm just proud that I could put the car in the main.
We sat back there just a little bit ago talking, chit-chatting about the fun of racing. You do a lot of different racing in addition to carpet.
Yeah, I try to get as much dirt racing in as I can. So this is my happy time is carpet season. It's really the first thing I love, and I'll do more dirt racing soon.
He's going to have a big smile tomorrow as well because he's going to the A main here in the Snowbird National. Steve Rocket Miller, congratulations. Great race.
There's 2. 17.5 stock car coming up right now, B main. BQ will be Anthony Lessie.
Attention racers, you have 1 minute before the start of the race.
Anthony Leslie gets PQ. All right, let's start checking them in, guys. Anthony Leslie going off. Let's put Eddie rolling across the loop. Eddie rolling across the loop. Daniel's going across the loop. Thank you, Sarge. Dave Vantoff. Dave Vantoff. Robert Baum and no Scott Biscuit in here. There's Sarge. Where's Dave Vantoff? Thank you, Dave. Robert Baum. No, Robert Bonham. Midnight. All right, had 10 drivers last race. Miller, Simpson, Bell, Hastings, Zinzer, Barth, Meredith, Inman, Millicote, and Bush. I need one of you guys on that back straightaway, outside the backside wall. Back straightaway wall. There should be 10 of you in here. I need somebody on the backside wall. Please. One of the 10 of you, take the backside wall. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. It's the most exciting part of the whole, watching the whole thing. Come down this way, Bill. No, you can stand up. I don't care if you block anybody. I just want you right about there. Yeah. Because they like to bump. All right, here we go. Get over there. There we go. Drivers ready? Turn marshals ready. Good luck. The next sound you hear will be the start of your 17.5 stock car B-Main. Caution out of 4, low out of 4, low out of 4, low out of 4, high out of 4, high out of 4. Pick a spot there, guys. Low out of 4, it's clear. Anthony Leslie's in that lead spot. 80 rolling in that second position. Dave Vantoff in third. Dave Padano in that fourth position. Caution out of 4, drivers. Low out of 4, low out of 4, low out of 4, low out of 4, low out of 4. Low out of 4. It's clear. Rolling in that lead spot. Leslie in second. Berger's in third. Vantoff in fourth. Followed by Padano, Pacelli, Sarge, and Corky. Caution out of 4, drivers. Low out of 4 again. Eddie in that lead spot. Daniel in second. Dave in third. Anthony in that fourth spot. Try to pick up our leader. Eddie rolling. Eddie in that lead position, works his way down the back straightaway right now through turns 3 and 4. Eddie in the white and red. Daniel in that second spot. Anthony in third. Dave Vantoff in fourth. Dave Padano in fifth. Eddie through turn number 1 and 2 in that lead spot. Eddie in the white. Anthony Leslie's actually in that green car up front. Eddie rolling with a 4-3. Daniel with a 4-3. Anthony with a 4-3. Anthony trying to get his lap back. But it is the white car of Eddie rolling in that lead spot. Daniel in that second position. Daniel in that black. Dave Vantoff back in that fourth position. It's Eddie in the lead, Daniel in second, Anthony in third, Dave Vantoff in fourth, Dave Padano in fifth, Anthony in sixth, Sarge, and then Corky Jarvis. 2 down and 2 to go, drivers. 2 down and 2 to go. Eddie rolling, work his way through turns 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. Eddie in the white and red. Daniel in that second spot, Anthony in third, Dave Vantoff in that fourth position. Daniel Berger in that second position right now. Anthony in, Leslie in third. Dave Vantoff in fourth. 1:30 to go, drivers. 1:30 to go. Looks like the leader got himself in trouble. New leader, Daniel Berger, in that lead spot now. Daniel Berger in the red and the white. But here comes Eddie rolling right behind him out of turn number 2. Leaders down the front straightaway through turns 1 and 2 again. Little slip on the ice there. Oh, tagged him in the back. Ooh. Eddie Rowland in that lead position. Anthony in second now. Daniel in third. Dave Vantoff in that fourth position. 1 minute to go, drivers. 1 to go. Eddie working his way out of turn number 4 right now and down the front stretch in that lead spot. Anthony Lessie's in second. Dana Bridgers in third. Dave Vantoff in fourth. Dave Bonanno back in that sixth spot. 35 seconds left to go. Eddie with a 4-5. Anthony takes over the lead now. Eddie back to second. Pick up Anthony in the green, coming from a lap down, taking that lead back. Eddie moves that second position. Daniel in third with 15 seconds left to go. Pick up Anthony in the green, number 14. Our BQ holder in that lead position now, trying to bump himself up into the A of 17.5 with 5 seconds left to go on the clock. 3, 2, and 1. And it's race wire and finish lap. You're on. Anthony Lessies takes the win. Eddie Rowland finishes up second. Daniel third. Anthony Lessies. Anthony Lessies. L-E-C-C-S-E-W-S-E.
Well, Anthony, you're going to the A main tomorrow.
Hey, first Snowbirds ever. Thanks to McPappy Racing.
Woo! From the from the BQ screw, you were 10th. And any other race in the world you'd be in. But at the Snowbird Nationals, if you're number 10, yeah, the B main. You made the transfer. What a race.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And like I said, thank you to all my McPappy teammates.
Congratulations. We'll see him in action tomorrow in A-Main action in the 2014 Snowbird Nationals presented by A-Main Hobbies.
Got what you tell them, spread them out. I only went out there to straighten them out because I didn't want them doing this. Spread them out, Tim, man. Don't let them.
Attention racers, you have 1 minute before the start of the race.
All right, who am I missing here? Jason Boland needs you to, where's Jason at? Run your car across the loop for me, please. Thank you.
Turn marshals, please take your position.
All right, Mark Carson is our BQ scoot. Chris Oden going off in that second spot. Jason Haynes going off in third. Michael Weiss going off in that fourth spot. Barry Hill in fifth. Gene Hines in sixth. Joel White in seventh. Kenny Smith in eighth. Jason Bowen in ninth. And Mike Miller going off in that 10th spot. We need somebody on the back wall, guys. This is in the infield. All right, Anthony Lessies, Eddie Rowland, Dana Burgess, Dave Vantoff, Anthony Pacelli, Dave Padano, Sarge, Corky Jarvis. I need somebody outside wall. Thanks. Cork, come this way. About midway up. Yeah, right. Come on a little further. That's good. Thank you. Just catching the arc out. So here we go. Drivers ready. Good luck. The next sound you hear will be a start of your Super Truck 17.5 beaming. All right, Mike Carson showing that lead spot. Carson through turn number 3 and 4 in the white, followed by Jason Haynes in second. Mitchell Weist in that third spot. Mike Carson in a 48. White working his way across the loop right now, followed by Jason Haynes in the orange, and white 00. Carson out of 4. It's Carson in the lead. Haynes in second, Weist in third, followed by Berry Hill in fourth, Odom in fifth, Hines in sixth, Miller in seventh, Smith, White, and Boland. Pick up the leader in the white, number 46 in that lead spot. Jason Haynes in second, Mitchell Weist in third, Berry Hill in fourth, Chris Odom in fifth. 1 down and 3 to go, drivers. 1 down and 3 to go. 56, 4:00.76 pace. Mike working his way through turns 3 and 4. Jason Haynes gaining some ground on him in the orange, 00. They're working on the backside of the 22 truck. The leaders working their way down the front straightaway and through. Jason Haynes trying to set him up, trying to set up Mike Carson. He works his way out of turn number 4, works on through 1 and 2. The blue number 22, the leaders are coming on the backside of you out of turn number 2, and they are coming in a hurry. It's Carson, Haynes, and Weist. The 46 white of Mike Carson working on the backside of the 22, getting close. He works his way through turns 3 and 4. Mike Carson in the lead. Jason Haynes in that second spot. Here comes the leaders again out of turn number 2, now through 3 and 4, chasing down that blue number 22. Leader in the white 46, the 00 of Jason Haynes in that second spot in the 00. Mitchell Weist in that third position. Leaders through turns 1 and 2 again as the blue number 22. You better look out because here comes the leaders down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. Second place, Jason Haynes right behind him through the 00. Haynes makes it by a nice move by the 22. Thank you very much. It's Carson in the lead. Haynes in second. Weist in that third spot. Minute 34 seconds left to go. It's Carson in the lead. Haynes in second. Carson through turn number 1 and 2. Haynes sitting back. They're going to see what's going to happen with minute 22 seconds left to go. Carson in the lead. Haynes in second. Weist in that third spot. They start working on the other truck, the number 2 blue. Through turns number 1 and 2. Leader is the white number 46. Haynes in the orange and white 00. Through turns 1 and 2 again. The blue number 2, the blue and silver number 2, the leaders on your back door through 1 and 2. They're good luck trying to make the move. Haynes trying to make the move now through turn 1 and 2 again. There's a back markers in front of him on turn number 4. Carson in that lead spot. Haynes in seconds. They're working through turn 1 and 2 again. The blue number 2, that is the leader on your back bumper. Haynes, the second place driver, is right behind him. He's looking, trying to find a way by with 35 seconds left to go. Leader through turn 1 and 2. He gets up out of the way. Carson still in the lead. Haynes in second. 30 seconds left to go. Haynes drops back just a touch. Carson can't hold off that long. Carson in the lead spot. Haynes in second. Weist in third. Leader through turn number 1 and 2 again. It's Carson in the lead. Haynes in second. Weist in third. 13 seconds left to go. 9 seconds left to go as they work their way down the back straightaway. 6 to go. Leader through turns 1 and 2. The green, number 18. That's the leader on your back door. And it's race the wire drivers and finish lap you're on. Race the wire and finish lap you're on. Mike Carson taking a win. Jason Haynes in second. Mitchell Weist in third. Odom in fourth, followed by Miller, Hines, Smith, Hill, White, and Boland. Carson with the win. Haynes finished up second. Weist third. Mike Carson with the win. Jason Haynes second. Mitchell Weist third. Followed by Odom, Miller, Hines. That's Jason Hines. I keep saying Haynes. It's Hines. Sorry about that, Jason.
Mike Carson, you had a tough run there. You didn't have breathing room at all.
Oh, no, it was on the entire race. Jason ran a good race, and I'm glad it finished the way it did.
Pretty tight. I think they're right at the end.
It did. I wasn't sure about how it was going to end up, but I got lucky.
You got what you wanted. You're going to the A-Main tomorrow in Snowbird action here in the 2014 of the Snowbird National.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Congratulations once again. Now that was quite a race. That really makes up for the brutality that we saw earlier. Quite a bit of skill right there in super truck action.
All right, gentlemen, our BQ award winner for tonight right here in Superstock 13.5 is Jeremy Riley. First time with BQ.
Attention racers, you have 1 minute before the start of the race.
All right, gentlemen, let's get them through the loop. Bring them through the loop. Jeremy Riley to the backstretch. Todd Putnam, Mike Bush, Steve Salvis, Steve Miller, Kyle Inman, Dave Mayhew, Ian Riley, Tommy Peters, and John Foister.
Please take your position.
Where's the Rocket Miller? Rocket needs to go through the loop. Thank you. 10 man, spread them out when you grid them up. Please. Todd Putnam going off in that second spot. Mike Bush in third. Steve Salvis in fourth. Steve Miller going off in fifth. Inman in sixth. Dave Mayhew in seventh. Ian Riley in eighth. Tommy Peters in ninth. John Foister going off in 10th. Okay, looks like we're all set and ready to go. No, we're not. Miller's standing down there. You guys good with Miller there? Yeah, you always are anyway. All right, here we go. Drivers ready, good luck. The next sound you hear will be start of your Super Stock 13.5 B Main. Great start on that one there, guys. Oh, keeping it clean, caution on 4, got it all cleared. Jeremy Riley in the lead, Todd Putnam in the second, Mike Bush in that third spot. Steve Salvis in that third spot down, Mike Bush back to fourth, Miller in fifth, Mayhew in sixth, followed by Peters, Riley, Foister, and Inman. Jeremy Riley in the 52 blue through turn number 4. Todd Putnam in the silver, number 3 in that second spot. Mike Bush in third in the 87 blue, multicolored, followed by Steve Salvis in fourth. Steve Miller in fifth. Dave Mayhew in the number 17 in that sixth spot right now. Jeremy Riley, the 52 blue, out of turn number 4 down the front straight across the stripe with a 3.7. Putnam with a 3.8. Bush with a 3.7. Steve Salvis with a 3.7. Miller with a 3.8. Mayhew with a 3.8. 67.401, but who cares now? It's the mains. Jeremy Riley with a 3.7. Putnam with in that second spot with a 4.0. Bush just took over that second position. Todd Putnam in third. Putnam moving on him. Oh! And here comes Salvis now. Salvis working on the inside of Putnam. Putnam trying to let go. Here comes the Rocket Miller, and Mayhew gets by Miller. Races for the backside here. It's Bush in that second spot. Putnam in third. Salvis in fourth. Mayhew moves up in that fourth spot. Salvis back to fifth now. Mike Bush in that second position. These guys are going to keep. Whoa, 3 wide. Nice move. Oh, trouble in 4, drivers. Trouble in 4. We got a body hung up on that one. Riley now in that lead spot still. Bush in second, Putnam in third, Miller in fourth, Tommy Peters in fifth. Jeremy Riley again in that blue, number 52. Works his way out turn number 4 with a big jump on Mike Bush in that second spot. Todd Putnam in third, Steve Miller in fourth, Tommy Peters in fifth, Ian Riley in that sixth spot, Foister in seventh, Sal was in eighth, Mayhew in ninth, and Kyle Inman in 10th. Jeremy Riley again in that blue, number 52, working on the backside now with 11 white of John Foister. Riley with a 3.8, Bush with a 3.8. Bush better pick it up and put it down if you're going to catch up with Jeremy Riley. He's almost a half a straightaway, almost a full straightaway ahead of him right now with 1:15 left to go. Steve Miller moves into that third position. Todd Putnam in fourth. Tommy Peters in fifth. It's Riley in the lead. Bush in second. Miller in third. Putnam in fourth. Peters in that fifth spot. Tommy Peters in the green number 2. Trying to work his way up the list. But he's only got 55 seconds left to do it in. It's Riley in the lead. Bush in second. Miller in third. Peters in fourth. Putnam in that fifth spot. Jeremy Riley working on the backside of Ian Riley now. Jeremy in the 52 blue. Ian in the 52 green. As they work their way down the front straightaway. Jeremy Riley in that lead spot. Bush in second. Miller in third. Peters in fourth. Riley in fifth. Putnam in that sixth spot. 20 seconds left to go on the clock, drivers. 20 to go. Jeremy Riley sees Todd Putnam in front of him, backs off a little bit. 10 seconds left to go. It's Riley, Bush, Miller. 8 seconds left to go. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Race the wire and finish lap you're on, drivers. Race the wire and finish lap you're on. Wire to wire with the BQ holder. Jeremy Riley taking a win. Mike Bush finished up second. Steve, the Rocket Miller, third. So guys, don't forget your trophies. Riley, Bush, and Miller. Please don't forget your trophies, and Jeremy Riley will get the BQ Screw Award.
Well, Jeremy Riley not only took off and hid from that BQ Screw pole position, but he did it in a car of his own making. You're going to the AMA tomorrow, Jeremy.
Thank you. Yeah, Anthony and I have been working on this T-Rex, and now we're just starting to sell them, and they're doing real well.
This is a project that's been going on several years. We have had interviews like this at the Snowbirds, and we've talked about it at least 3 years, probably longer.
Yeah, just 3 years. We started after running the mudslide car. We had our own ideas, and we wanted to go with it. So Anthony and I put our heads together and just come up with the T-Rex car, and it's working pretty good.
It's got to be a double whammy. Not only are you making your own car, you put it into the A-Main for tomorrow's A-Mains in the 2014 Snowbird Nationals.
Yeah, we had to do it the hard way, but it's been a rough week, but we made it. It's all that matters.
As my father-in-law says, it's all about what they say in golf. It's not how you got there, it's how many it took.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks.
Okay. All right, starting over the number 1 spot, Aaron Crumpler is going to be our BQ Screw Award winner. He'll also start in the number 1 position. Milton Boyette going off in that second spot. Alf in a bright creamsicle colored car going off in that third spot. A road racer. Mel McCoy going off in that 4th spot. Derek Forehand going off in 5th. John Fisher 6th. Mike Haney 7th. Robert Gaines 8th. And Michael Harold Jr. going off in that. Oh, that's it. We only have 8 cars. Again, I need somebody on the back straightaway, outside the back straightaway wall. Thank you, Tommy. 2 in the infield, and all 4 corners covered. All right, here we go. Breaking tradition. Yeah, Mike DeMalley's supposed to have the BQ Screw Award. 5 years in a row? 4. 4 years in a row he had the BQ. Okay. All right, here we go. Drivers ready, good luck. Next sound you hear will be started your 112th Super Stock 13. Oh, we don't have Marshall in there, do I? Where's my other Marshals? Only had 10 people in the last race. All right. I saw Tin Man. I need Riley, Putnam. Where's Putnam? Mike Bush, Steve Salvas, Steve Miller, Inman, Dave Mayhew, Ian Riley, Tommy Peters, and John Foister. One of you guys need to get in the infield. Don't care who, but there's 10 of you, and one needs to get in the infield. Where's the Rocket? Where's Salvas? Steve Salvas? Thank you. There you go. Thank you. There you go. Drivers ready, good luck. Next sound you hear will be your 112th Super Stock 13.5 beaming. And we're off. Oop. Oop. Caution going into 1. Aaron Crumpler in the lead spot. Milton Boyett in second. Alf in third. Derek Ford in fourth, followed by Fisher, Haney, McCoy, and Gaines. Crumpler in the pink. Checkerboard across the stripe right now in that lead spot with a 4-1. Milton Boyett with a 4-1. Alf with a 4-1. It's pink, then green, then what is that color? Sherbert? Okay. Aaron in that lead spot. Milton Boyett in second. Alf in that third position. Derek Foran in that fourth. Alf working on the second place driver. Milton Boyett still in second. Alf back to third. Aaron Crumpler is just walking away with it. In the pink checkerboard on the side. 2 turns, 1 and 2, and down the back straightaway with a 4-2. Milton Boyett with a 4-2. Alf with a 4-3. Derek Foran with a 4-2. Fisher in 5th. McCoy in 6th. Haney in 7th. Gaines in that 8th spot. And Gaines is out again. Wow. Crumpler, the leader. 2 turns, 1 and 2, and down the back straightaway. Milton Boyett in second. Alf in third. Derek Foran in 4th. Crumpler in the lead. Boyett in that second spot. Alf in third. 2:25 to go, drivers. Oh, they made a move on the front straightaway. It's Aaron, Milton, and Alf, followed by Mel McCoy, John Fisher, Mike Haney, Derek Foran, and Robert Gaines. Oh, look out. Alf takes over that second spot now. Aaron Crumpler in the lead. Alf in second. Aaron works his way out of turn number 2. Alf out of turn 4. 2 down and 2 to go. Aaron in the pink and black checkerboard. 00 on the side. Alf in the creamsicle colored car in that second spot. Milton Boyett in the third position in the green. John Fisher in the 4th spot. Mel McCoy in 5th. Mike Haney in 6th. With 1:35 seconds left to go, drivers. 1:35 to go here in race number 8. 12 scale Super Stock 13.5 B main. Crumpler in the lead. Alf in second. Milton Boyett in third. Caution out turn 2 is that was Mel McCoy getting tied up for a second. Aaron Crumpler in that lead spot. Alf in second. Milton Boyett in third. 3 down, 1 to go, drivers. 3 down and 1 to go. Pick up Aaron again. 2 turn 1 and 2. The 00 pink and black checkerboard in that lead spot. Alf moves up into second as usual, and that second spot. Milton in third. John Fisher in 4th. 40 seconds left to go on the clock. Aaron Crumpler leading from the start. 30 seconds left to go. Aaron in the lead. Alpha in second. Milton Boyette in third. John Fisher in fourth. Mel McCoy in fifth. Mike Heaney in sixth. Derek in seventh. Robert Gaines in that eighth spot. 15 seconds left to go on the clock. 10 to go. 9 seconds left to go. 7 to go. Still Aaron lead. Alpha in second. Milton in third. 3 to go. 2, 1. And it's race wire and finish lap. You're on. Everybody's done. Aaron Crumpler taking a win from start to finish. Al finished up second. Milton Boyette third. John Fisher fourth. Mel McCoy fifth. Mike Haney sixth. Derek Forehand seventh. Robert Gaines finished up in that eighth spot.
Domination. Aaron Crumpler, you're going to the A main tomorrow in the 2014 Snowbird Nationals.
Yeah, I'm glad. It's been rough this whole week, and thanks to Malley, Fred, everybody back home, Mom, Pops, this is for you. Malley, I'm coming for you tomorrow, buddy.
Let's throw it down for tomorrow's A main. Aaron, congratulations. Fantastic run.
You think the Legends cars were exciting? You think the trucks were exciting? Watch this one. 10. Kenny Koch will be our BQ Screwed winner right there. Getting a picture of Kenny Koch. Get his picture up. Rest of you guys want to run through the loop, we'll get you set in the back.
Attention racers, you have 1 minute before the start of the race.
All right, let's get them checked in, guys. Jeff Irish going off in that second spot, but Kenny Koch, bring your car around the back stretch. Kenny Koch going off in number one position, take it to the 10 men. Jeff Irish going off in that second position. Michael Gitchell going off in third. Robbie Graham fourth. Eric Demick fifth. Randy Burke sixth. Philip Harwood seventh. Gene Crane eighth. Ron Hagan ninth, and Ray McDuffie going off in 10th. Should have all our turn marks out there. Do have one on the back straightaway. Thank you very much. Everybody over here on the net side, duck. And Gene's got the mic, so you better watch out. Okay. All right, here we go. Turn marshals ready. Do I have someone over here? Yes, I do. Aaron's sitting there. Turn marshals ready. Drivers ready. Good luck. Next on the hill we start in the SK car 17.5. Benin. Oh, that one didn't start. Oh, wow. Caution to the turn 3 and 4. Robbie Graham in that lead position. Michael Gitchell in second. Kenny Koch in third. Eric Demick moves up in the third spot. Caution out turn 2. Low out of 2. It's clear. Graham in the lead. Gitchell now moves in that lead spot. Mike Gitchell running number 48 on his car in that lead position. Robbie Graham in second. Eric Demick in third. Koch going into 3. Low through 3 and 4. Low through 3 and 4. It's clear. Low on the back stretch. Low down the back. Low down the back. Low down the back. It's clear. Low out of 4. Low out of 4. That was the leader, Mike Gitchell. Got himself in trouble. Robbie Graham in lead. Eric Demick in that second spot. Mike Gitchell in third. Randy Burke in fourth, followed by Crane, Hagan, Koch, Harwood, McDuffie, and Irish. Well, Robbie Graham caution out turn 2. Caution to turn 2. It's Graham in that lead position. Demick in second. Gitchell in third. Robbie Graham is actually Eric Salvas. Salvas working his way down the front straightaway. Now through turns 3 and 4. Salvas in the lead. Demick in second. Gitchell in third. Randy Burke in that 4th spot. Gene Crane in 5th. Salvas through turn number 3 and 4 down the back straightaway. Eric Demick in that 2nd spot. Pick up Demick out of turn number 2 now. Eric Demick in a multicolored number 4, the green and orange, in that 2nd position. Michael Gitchell into 48. But Salvas in that lead position. 2 minutes to go, drivers. 2 down and 2 to go. Eric Salvas pick him up through turn number 3 right now in the orange and gray. It's Salvas, Demick, Gitchell, followed by Burke. Moves up in 3rd now. Gitchell back to 4th. Gene Crane in 5th. Ron Hagan in 6th. Koch in 7th. Harwood in 8th. McDuffie in 9th. Irish in 10th. With a minute 35 to go. Salvas through turn number 4 and down the front straightaway, keeping it smooth out there. Started off with 10. We got 3-6 left. Salvas in the lead. Demick in 2nd. Burke in the 3rd. Gitchell in 4th, followed by Crane and Hagan. Professor out there in the red and white, number 98 in that 6th spot. Oh, yes. Salvas in that lead spot. Burke in 2nd. Demick in 3rd. Gitchell in 4th. Coming down to 1 minute mark.
1 minute to go.
4-4 for Salvas. 4-4 for Burke. Demick with a 4-6. Gitchell with a 4-6. 50 seconds left to go on the clock. Salvas again working on the backside of Gitchell. 2 turns 3 and 4. Gitchell lets him by. 35 seconds left to go on the clock. It's still Salvas in the lead. Burke in 2nd. Demick in 3rd. Gitchell in 4th. 30 seconds left to go. Salvas, Burke, Gitchell. I think Salvas has got a lap on Mark Burke. Eric Demick in that 2nd spot. In that 3rd spot now is Demick. Same lap as Randy Burke. Mike Gitchell in 4th. Gene Crane in 5th. Ron Hagan in 6th. With 7 seconds left to go on the clock. Still Salvas in the lead. Burke in 2nd. Demick in 3rd. Race to wire drivers and finish lap you're on. And everybody's done. Eric Salvas with the win. Randy Burke finished up 2nd. Eric Demick 3rd. And it puts Kenny Koch with the BQ screw.
Attention racers, you have 2 minutes before the start of the race.
And it gets done and change the track, start playing it, it doesn't count.
Gene Crane, see Salvas, Eric Salvas over here. Gene Crane, turn around. Gene Crane, turn around.
Fantastic. Steve Salvas picks up. You guys, you confuse me all the time. You guys have been great all week, and you've helped me with one of the cars I've got. Eric Salvas picks up the win in SK Modified Action. Have you run one of these cars before?
No, never. Mike Ains came earlier to our pit and we're chatting, and he told me that he had a car and I wasn't running it. And I said, what the heck? Bring the car over, I'll build it and see how it goes. And thanks to Eric Demick for the car, a nice helmet ride. And those SK cars all about RC racing to the roots. So that's great fun, good racing.
Back to grassroots. We don't have suspension tenement, and we have fuel tubing for the actual shock. A complete departure of what we've been used to in the last 15 years.
Yeah, and a lot of give and take also. That's cool racing with you guys. Thank you.
We had fun. Eric, congratulations. Thank you to Steve as well for all your help this weekend. Are we ready to go fast? All right. The fast of the fast are set to go with B-Main action. Bump and Run Saturday night here at the 2014 Snowbird Nationals, presented by A-Main Hobbies.
All right, Terry Zinzer across the loop for me, please. Terry Zinzer across the loop. Chris Sims across the loop. Brian Letteridge across the loop, please. James Van Horn across the loop. Jason Hastings across the loop. Mike Bean across the loop. Steve Pemberton across the loop. Steve Padano across the loop. Mike Dispenza across the loop. What? What? Okay. These are modified. Turn marshals, stay inside. You guys know what you're supposed to do. Do not move out of that box. Eyes awake, guys, all around the whole thing. Keep an eye on your children. Keep an eye on what's going on because these cars are fast. Here we go. Drivers ready? Good luck. Next sound you hear will start of your Pro Modified B-Main. Caution out of 4, low out of 4, low out of 4. Low out of 4, low out of 4. It's clear. Low through turns 3 and 4, low through 3 and 4, low through 3 and 4. Brian Letteridge in that lead spot. Van Horn in second. Simpson in third. Padano in fourth. Mike Dispenza in fifth. Brian Letteridge in that lead position. Pick up Brian in the front straightaway. Work his way down the back. Caution going into turn number 3 and 4, low through 3 and 4, low through 3 and 4, low through 3 and 4. Car coming up speed. Brian Letteridge in the lead. Van Horn in second. Chris Sims in third. Jason Hastings in fourth, followed by Mike Dispenza in fifth. Mike Bean in that sixth spot. Letteridge in the lead. Horn in second. Simpson in that third position. Pick up Brian Letteridge in the orange. Down the front straightaway, 2 turns, 1 and 2, and the number 18. That's Letteridge in the lead. Chris Simpson in that second spot. Van Horn in third. Letteridge with a 3-2. Simpson with a 3-2. Van Horn with a 3-4. Hastings with a 3-2. Dispenza in with a 3-5. Letteridge in the orange. Work his way out of turn number 4 right now. To 78 is Brian Letteridge. Chris Simpson in that second spot. Van Horn in third. Pick up Simpson in the white. Simpson through turn number 2, trying to chase down Brian Letteridge. He's making a closing gap on him in the 76. Here comes Chris Simpson, going to make the move on him through turn number 1 and 2. Mike Bean is in front of him out of turn number 4. Letteridge in the lead. Simpson in second. Van Horn in that third spot. Simpson looking to get by Brian Letteridge, and he tries to make a move on the outside. Makes a move on the inside. Sets him up. Chris Simpson in that lead spot. Letteridge in second. Van Horn in that third spot. Chris Simpson working on the backside of Mike Bean in the red and orange and yellow, number 55. Bean lets him on by. 2 to go, drivers. 2 minutes to go. It's Simpson lead. Letteridge in second. Van Horn that third spot. Closing the gap. Letteridge again on Mike Bean. Here comes Van Horn. Van Horn, we're going on the backside of Brian Letteridge now. Simpson in lead. Letteridge in second. Van Horn in third. Jason Hastings in that fourth spot. Mike Dispenza in fifth. Chris Simpson with a 3-3. Letteridge with a 3-3. Van Horn with a 3-3. Hastings with a 3-3. Mike Dispenza with a 3-3. 2:24 to go, drivers. Oh, I should say a minute and 20 to go, not 2:24. Minute 20 to go. Caution on 2. Oh, that was close. That was a launch pad. Chris Simpson in the lead. Letteridge in second. Van Horn in third. Simpson picking him up out of turn number 4, low out of 4. Simpson in the number 5 car. Letteridge in the orange number 76. Jason Hastings up to third now, usually driving a 29. And he is the black and red and orange number 29 of Jason Hastings in that third position. 49 seconds left to go. Chris Simpson trying to bump himself up into that B main, or into the A main from the B main. Simpson in that lead. Brian Letteridge in second. Jason Hastings in third with 35 seconds left to go on the clock. Simpson with a 3-3. Letteridge with a 3-4. Hastings with a 3-3. Dispenza 3-6. Bean with a 3-4. The whole place is packed watching this modified run. Chris Simpson stretching it out over Brian Letteridge. Jason Hastings trying to pick up some time on Letteridge, trying to get that second position, even though the B main working on him now through turn number 2. Now again through 3 and 4 with 10 seconds left to go. Hastings trying to get him. Oh, caution in turn number 2. 3 to go. 2 to go. We'll race the wire, drivers, and finish lap you're on. And everybody's done. Chris Simpson taking the win. Brian Letteridge had finished up second. Jason Hastings third. Mike Dispenza fourth. Mike Bean fifth. Good run.
Attention racers, you have 2 minutes before the start of the race.
Well, the fast of the fast came to a line. Chris Simpson, you're going to the A main tomorrow here as a result of winning the B main in Bump and Run Saturday at the 2014 Snowbird Nationals.
Yeah, I got to tell Terry I'm sorry for hitting him there at the start, but and I need to thank Steve Miller for helping me out a little bit. So I'm excited to be in it. So.
You've been wrenching on it all week. I know you've been coming through the line, practicing, and really working at getting this car right. Looks like you've got a pretty good rocket for tomorrow.
Yeah, this is my own car. I'm pretty happy with it. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Well, Chris, congratulations. We'll watch for you tomorrow afternoon as we get set for the conclusion of the 2014 Snowbird Nationals presented by A-Main Hobbies. Well, believe it or not,
Attention racers.
and if you were watching those first couple of B-Mains, you might not, those were not the demo derbies or figure eights. Figure eight racing coming up in just a little bit as we loosen up a little bit and have some fun here at the 2014 Snowbird Nationals.
Turn marshals, please take your position.